Greetings, Paper Demons! Welcome to the Paper Dispatch live stream. For those of you who are new to the community, Paper Demon is an online art role-playing game where you adventure with your original characters, battle monsters, complete quests, and make new friends as you draw your way through the Paperverse. Hello, Fafner, Paint by Doggo, Magnet, Ren, Gold Pikachu, Eclipse. Glad you could all make it to the stream today. So today we're going to be talking about the arena feature that's going to be coming out soon. I do want to also talk about the player's guide, get some feedback from the community on that. But yeah, I think the main thing we're going to be spending time on today is talking about the new arena feature. So if you're unfamiliar with arena, this is something new that's coming out later this year. Hi, Ren Panda. Glad you could join the stream. So the arena will be a way for you to group up with your friends and fight monsters whenever you want. So new monsters will kind of come in and rotate in and out from the arena, dependent upon which portal is active or whatever events we're hosting or what season it is, to keep things fresh. And so I wanted some feedback on some monsters we could put in the arena and how we want to handle prompts. In the Discord, we've had some feedback already over the last few months, but I think we probably should discuss it as a community more like live. So I kind of took down some notes from the Discord chat of some things that I wanted to go over with all of you. But I also wanted to, let's see, I'm trying to decide. Do you guys want to talk about the player's guide first or the arena first? Because I'm not sure which one I want to. I think I already know what the answer is. I could also just talk about player's guide in another session or something. I take it you guys want to talk about arena. I can pull up my notes. I would like to discuss tacos. Okay. Well, we could put a taco as a monster in the arena if you really want. I'm proud of you that you're starting to hydrate so early. Yeah, I probably should drink real water and not Coke. I don't know how hydrating it is to do Coke. Yeah, the pull for arena is too strong. Happy Taco Tuesday. Thank you. Okay, save the monsters for the finale. All right. Real quick, I would like to know what you guys think should be in the player's guide. We're reworking it. Zach also has a draft of some things he wanted to change. I think we're trying to kind of identify what are some of the hang-ups that new players have when they play the PaperDemon Art RPG when they first come in, and we're already like making some rapid changes to things. Let's see. Is there anything that you wish you knew when you first started playing? Where's the... I'm looking for the player's guide. Okay, so this is what Tenebrisser put together. And I think Zach had one. Paperverse, locations within the paperverse, most common species, character creation, crafting mechanics. This is all a lot. This is a lot of stuff. I don't think we want all of this in here, do we? This might be too much. Okay, talisman abilities. All right. That's good feedback. Let me put that in here. I think we should link to the new ability points guide and explain how points work, because that also hangs up a lot of new people. Tacos teach us that even when we fall apart, we can still be tacos. Wasn't sure about filling in all the fields when submitting artwork. Yeah, it does feel overwhelming, which is why I want to be careful what we put in the main player's guide, because we're linking people to that. It's just meant to be like introductory information of like, here's the basics you need to know on how to play, and then people could go off to other guides. We can link them, say, want to learn more about battle mechanics? Go here. That reminds me, I do need to update the forms to remove asking players for IDs. I'm just going to put that in here as a note. We reworked our points guide recently. Did I link that in here? It is not linked in here. Okay. We should really add that to the main nav too. The AP guide. I can fill in the fields when on desktop. Seems it would be more difficult on mobile. Yeah, the copy pasting thing, I think we need to rework the UI to allow, like, to prevent you from having to copy paste stuff, because you shouldn't have to. I think we want to make it so that when you submit a, when you basically click on the prompt you want to submit for, and then it kind of stores it for you. So that's something I want to add in the future. Okay. Any other feedback? Glossary with all the terms. Like, what kind of terms are you need clarity on? Like things like portals, or which terms specifically? The types of challenges, or types of items? Crafting was confusing. Like, would we put for the glossary, would it be like things like what latent element is, portals? Unified glossary, okay. Yeah, linking to a more in-depth explanation for Talisman, yes. OCL. Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely do like a brief summary of the most common stuff and then link off. Acronyms? Okay. Yeah. What other acronyms do we have? All this stuff, I know it all, so it's hard to know what stuff new people don't know. It's hard to like look at things like a new player would. AP probably should be in there. That should probably be the first thing. Golden tokens. Should explain what golden tokens are. Status effects, yeah. Okay, that's good. All right, that sounds good. And then I saw an idea from Eclipse here. What if there's a feature where a submission got X amount of likes, it gets a boost? Yes, so the boost thing, I'm not sure. Maybe at some point in the future. I think that's probably out of scope of what I'm planning for the next like year. But if we see a lot of enthusiasm from the community on that, I can rework that into the timeline, but it would mean delaying other things. Everything that's specifically PaperDemon, yeah. All right, this is a good start. I'll let everyone know when that's out. Thanks for the feedback, guys. If you've got more feedback, drop it in the suggestion box on Discord. You see Diamond? Is she in there? Yeah, she's looking out the window. Okay, sounds good. Item companion. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. It could lead to issues with feeling inadequate. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, getting a lot of likes can also be related. It kind of becomes a popularity to contest in some ways. I've had feedback over the years. Oh, Diamond's scratching her scratching post right now. Diamond? Okay, the D&D page has a list of all the rules and mechanics in those sections. It's a bit messy. Okay, yeah. So, see D&D page for examples. Okay, if you guys have more feedback on this, let's start a thread in the suggestion box for the player's guide. You guys can toss your ideas in there. We should probably update the search box at the bottom of the page to also search the item compendium. Probably be good. All right, this is good feedback. Let's get to the arena. So prompts. This is kind of a area I need to figure out where we're going with it. We've got a bunch of different feedback and ideas from the community on how to handle the prompts. So for those who don't know much about Arena, Arena will be a way where you could start a battle at any time. You could pick from the monsters that are in the bestiary and initiate and start a battle. Let's see. I think I had specific specs for this. You'd spend a battle token to initiate a battle. Total players can be 2 to 5, so you can't do it by yourself. You can bring up to 4 friends to do the battle with you. You can multicast. You can pull in any character you own. The fight continues until the monster is defeated or until all party members reach 0 HP, and there's probably going to be a time limit. Like maybe 1 week or something like that. We could do this. Okay, mechanics are going to be the same as boss fights. All your same items and stuff, your weapons and armor and everything. Status effects. All the mechanics that you currently see in existing battles will work. Because I don't want to code that stuff again. And you guys spent a lot of time acquiring all your items and everything. I want it to all work. Let's see. Art requirements will be same as the current battle challenges. Rewards, depending on what kind of monster you get, it'll determine what kind of items you get. You might get better items. 1 week is very short. Okay. Another way we could do this is do it in rounds. Rather than anyone submitting an attack at any time, it's like it goes in a sequence where you each take turns and build a story. A month? That seems like a long time. I think there should be a time limit. There's got to be a scenario in which the monster can win, right? Yeah, I think 2 weeks is probably... Yeah, I think if we didn't have a time limit, battles will just hang there. So I think there has to be a time limit. Okay. Rewards will be gold and battle-related crafting ingredients. There has been requests for prompts for bosses to be more story-driven. We could possibly do something like that for the arena as well. Prompts is the part where I need the most feedback, as well as the bestiary itself. If it goes in rounds, it might get stuck on one person who then feels pressured. Yeah, that's my concern too. One thing that kind of interested me about doing it in rounds where each person takes a turn is you could basically do it like a role play session where people are building on top of the story. Although you can still do that even if you're not going in rounds. I got to see a little bit about what people do in the Paintberry community, and they do a lot of this type of role play where someone starts a story and then people draw a new artwork to keep the story going. It's like a... There's got to be a name for this. I swear there's a name for this type of collaborative art and writing where people take turns adding stuff. I mean, it's essentially role play. Red Panda, I'm not a D&D player, so maybe you could shoot me a link to that on the Discord. I don't know which one is the right one, so you could shoot me a link and then I could use that as an example. I think 2 weeks is probably good for a battle, because these aren't meant to be like as intense as a boss fight. But let's see. All right, so there's several different ways we can handle the prompts. We could randomly give you one as a starting point. Yeah, interactive role play. I swear there's a term for it. I can't think what it is. So let me break this out. Let's number these so we could discuss them easier. Let's make this bigger. Okay, so so we could randomly give you one prompt as a starting point, and then the players then kind of create a continuing story from that starting point. So you just get one prompt, and then you kind of keep going, and you guys kind of figure out what happens next in the story. Alternatively, we could do a branching story where we kind of pre-write some different sequences of prompts, and you pick one, and depending which, like, you basically have two options, and you start with one and then it branches, although I don't know how it would handle getting to the next branch. Someone at some point is going to have to click and make a decision, which might be weird. And how many marriage proposals has Ronan received? Yes, it is difficult to see which items used to which recipes. Yes, adding a way to click on the item and go to the recipes. Yes, I've had that on my to-do list for a bit. Let me add that back on here. Just haven't gotten to it yet. I think that's becoming more and more important now that we keep expanding items. Where were we? I don't even know mechanically how this thing would work. There was also a discussion about us you randomly getting past prompts. Art telephone. Prompt randomizer. This was an idea, and someone also suggested having prompt packs. So like you could buy a pack of spend your gold to buy a pack of beach themed prompts or something. I thought that was interesting. Is Folk jealous of Ronan, and has he tried to poison his tea? I like the idea of prompt packs. So using previous character development prompts is interesting. I think we want to save that for something else. I want to keep those as character development because they're not as collaborative. They don't lend them. First of all, they don't lend themselves well to like duo casting and trio casting. And they don't seem very battle centered. Yeah. Welcome, Val. But I think putting in past battle prompts could work. So if you buy packs of different prompts, let's say for a second that we do that. Like let's say you start off with a list of maybe a pack that includes maybe 10, 20 prompts. And you buy the beach themed prompts. And then you start a battle. Is it going to pull from your beach themed prompts and your other prompts? Or are you going to click a thing and say, hey, give me a beach themed prompt? Use my beach pack? Action pack. Fashion would be another one. Those were always popular. But the question is, when the prompt randomly gets selected at the beginning of the battle, is it going to pizza pack? Is it going to randomly pull from all packs that you have? Or would you expect that you pick which pack you're using for that battle? Okay, random or use prompt pack. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Then you get the best of both worlds. Yeah, so there's the other question is, are you only going to get one prompt, or is it going to show you all the prompts? Or I mean, I was imagining that it would randomly select one for you. Yeah, I think a pack would probably have 10 prompts in it. Each pack has. Yeah, I think selecting would be good. Now the question is, after you do your first round, is it going to then randomly throw out another prompt? Like maybe it does it every 2 days or something. It just randomly picks from the pack. Or every 3 days. So then the players can choose from either the first round prompt or the second round prompt or something like that. Every 3 days it selects another prompt from the chosen pack. Spend gold to roll another. Okay. Okay. I like that. But what do you guys think about, like, you get that one prompt? Yeah, I think having the old ones still there makes sense. So you start with one, then 3 days pass and it rolls another. If you don't like it, you could re-roll it. Yeah, I think the old one should stay there, especially given that players may still be working on art with the old prompt at the time that the new prompt surfaces. Premium prompt packs, we could do that. We could also make them random drops. Could be a rare drop. After you submit, it auto re-rolls. So if you've got 5 people in a battle and each time each person submits and then it re-rolls, that might be weird. I do like the idea of getting a new prompt after you've attacked, but if I do that, would each person get a different prompt? Or is everyone in the group getting the same prompt? Oh, if everyone attacks before the 3 days, it rolls another one. Okay. Okay, every 3 days it selects another prompt from the chosen pack. If all players submit an attack for 3 days are up, another prompt is rolled. Okay. It'd be nice to have the same for role-playing purposes. Okay. Yeah, so the prompt is shared with everyone. Okay. Everyone for role-play purposes. I do like the story of I think it's better and more role-play focused if we are like having everyone kind of create a story together. CCG, what do you mean? Collectible card game. Oh. I've always wanted to add that. Maybe there could be both individual battles and group ones. I think we decided that battles, like the arena, we only want to make it a group thing. I discussed that with other members of the staff, and we have so many parts of the game that you could do by yourself. I think this for arena, it should require playing with another player. That's my opinion. PvP would be you against another player. What's the cooldown like? Did I specify that? I don't think we specified a cooldown in this spec, did we? I think we'd probably do the same, the normal cooldown of existing battles. But maybe in the future we can add like a flash battle option. Like if you guys wanted to do like a 15-minute cooldown where you guys are rapidly attacking. So you basically choose between a standard battle and a flash battle. But if you do a flash battle, you got to finish it within like a 2 or 3 hour period. Or something like that. Let me put this in here. A science prompt pack? Ooh, I like that. Vampire. I actually really like the idea of NPC specific prompts. Oh, I hope the website won't be too unstable during an arena flash battle. That's a good point. I think the reason we had issues in our last flash battle because there was something wrong with the site, which we have now fixed. But you are still right. Maybe we should limit access to a flash battle option. Maybe beta test it. Maybe not make it available for everyone. Where was that section here? Cooldown. Steampunk, yeah, steampunk pack. That's a good idea. Romance. I like it. Okay, this is great. I think this is a really good direction because there were so many different ideas for where we could take it. And I really like this idea of us just having packs of prompts. You can buy more with your gold or whatever. And Hermit Bug, yes. So when you start an arena battle, you decide at the beginning who's going to be in the battle with you. A restaurant pack. I like that. You're sitting down for dinner and then all of a sudden, perhaps the first prompt needs, I don't know, maybe some prompts should be first in the pack. I don't know. Or maybe there should be like an intro to each pack. Intro story for each prompt pack. Drama, oh my god. I think we'd probably have a lot of adventure and fantasy ones and call them different things. Corn dog, medieval. Oh my gosh. Corn dog pack. We could do food. Well, we have restaurant here, but we could do another one that's like food. Retro. Yeah, I think, do we want to make it so each prompt itself is a different card? That seems like a lot of work, I think, for us. And like others have said, it can clutter your inventory. I think each item should be associated with 5 to 10 prompts. But I also see the appeal. Superheroes. I mean, we could also make it... okay. We could make it so that the cards don't appear on your inventory page. They have a separate page just for those. And you can see which ones you have and which ones you don't. So each prompt could be one card, but it still knows that it's part of a pack. But there's also the matter of like creating art for each of those cards. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I have enough time to do that. Like, that's a lot of work. Unless I use the same art for all. I do like this idea of a collectible card game. I do. They don't all need unique art. However, if it's going to be a collectible card game, I think people would expect that they'd each have different art. Do I make all the art for the game? No, I do most of it. In the past, I've hired like art interns from San Jose State. I've also hired an international illustrator too to do stuff part-time. So I hire a contractor now and then to build out a bunch of items, but most of it I did. Yes, uni interns, yep. You were thinking the collectible cards would be a different thing? Well, we could. I was thinking of like making existing art that I've already made, like for portals and stuff, and like whenever I do a character development challenge or whatever, turning each of those into a collectible card. Yeah, we'd add them slowly over time, but you know, there's also a lot of other stuff that we're doing too. But yeah, I could do that. I could add new prompt packs. Okay, I just have to decide if I'm gonna make each prompt associated with one card, or if we have the whole set of prompts associated with one item as a pack. Like maybe you find prompt number 4 from the beach pack. Or you could spend gold to get the full pack. Ten is a large number. Okay. Are you thinking you'd get 10 random cards? Like you do like in other card games? Or are you thinking, okay, I'm going to buy the beach pack, and then I get 10 prompts from the beach pack? So when you start the battle, you'll pick a pack. Like let's say I'm picking the steampunk pack, which would have 10 different prompts in it, but maybe you only have cards 2, 4, and 5 in that pack or that set of the steampunk set, right? So then it would only pick from the ones you have. Okay, Magnet says, I'd expect 10 beach-themed prompts when expecting a beach pack. Yeah, okay. When buying, yes. Maybe you get a card if you complete every prompt from a pack. Oh gosh, and we'd have to track which ones you did. Why would you feel like you need to give them away? Because you'd get, each card would be a different prompt, right? So you'd have 10 prompts, and then every time you do a battle, it's going to select one of the 10. So step 1, okay, hold on. How it works. Let's talk about this scenario. Go to shop, buy beach prompt pack. Has 10 prompts. Go to arena page, start battle, choose friends to join. That player chooses which prompt pack to use. Standard beach. Battle randomly selects prompt number 5 from the beach pack. Players start creating art after 3 days. System randomly selects prompt number 2. Player chooses, okay, choose monster and will it be consumed? I wasn't thinking it would be consumed. I was thinking once you buy a prompt pack, you have it. Work with different artists per pack. Yeah, I don't know if I have the budget to hire more artists at the moment, but in the future. So that's a great point, Bookworm. So I have a rule where I don't offer tokens if someone's creating IP for the game. So if you're writing a portal or creating an NPC or creating any in-game art, it has to be dollars, and you have to sign a contract. Because a lot of other RPGs have come and gone before me who've made the mistake of offering in-game currency for creating art, and then it creates legal issues down the line. Yeah, it's a can of worms. Okay, Paint by Doggo was saying, okay, you buy the vampire pack. The pack comes with 3 cards that have vampire themes prompts, NPCs, and monsters. Yeah, I like the idea of it being including, you know, multiple things in there, maybe the monsters and NPCs. That's interesting. Um, okay. Yeah, Hermit also raises a good point. Sounds fun but hard to organize. Yeah, the more complicated we make it, the less accessible it is for new players. Yeah, I don't at this moment, I don't have the budget to hire artists to I'm using my budget toward writing prompts and developing generally the game. I also really like doing the game art. Um, yeah, I don't like the idea of the prompts being consumables unless we were to be throwing them around a lot, like random drops, like common drops. And I think it just clutters everything and makes things confusing. I'm unsure about that. I do like the idea of offering art from like a featured artist or something, someone we have like a close relationship with or something. But I don't want to just open it widely to the community because, like I said, it can get hairy. I'll put it down here though. Yeah. Okay. This is good. I think this is a good starting point here. I have enough information to know what direction to go with it. Yeah, collab with other artists for sure. I could collab with there's some other creators that I've collabed with before that have a bunch of game art that they've made like for tabletop role playing. And they'd probably be interested in collabing. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll take a look and see if I want to do each prompt as an individual card or if I want to do the whole pack is one item. Because I do like the idea of a collectible card game where each prompt is a different card and you trade them. That's interesting to me. I think that's fun. I'll have to let that gel. Decide if each prompt be its own item card. I had actually tossed around a neat idea similar to this before. So you could either like randomly drop a single card, but you can also buy the full pack. Maybe we will do that. So each prompt will be its own card. Each prompt is its own collectible card. Can get individual prompts as random drops. Players can trade try and get a full set. You can buy the full set from the shop. Okay. Will there be an art? Yes, an art pack. Yes, yes. That was the first NPC I thought of. TCG? What's a TCG? Someone inform me. Booster pack? Okay, usable, expandable card idea might fit better there. Like a booster could include... Oh, okay. So you buy a base set of cards, but then you can also find bonus cards. Booster pack, okay. Trading card game. Okay. See, I don't know these terms. I will reuse some art. I'm sure I have some stuff I can use. And maybe I could do some new art for it too. We've actually got a new mechanic coming out later that is inspired by tarot. So I'm going to be making lots of card arts very soon. Yes, collectible. Okay, Alligator, just to catch you up, we're working on scoping out how prompts will work in the arena. So we're going to add a feature where you can get your friends together and start a battle that's just with your friends. So it'll be 2 to 5 people total. You choose from the bestiary which monster you want to fight. And then you could choose which prompt pack you want to use for the fight. So there will be some prompts that are always available, or you can find new prompts, or you can purchase prompts from the shop. Will battles drop trophies? Oh, that's not a bad idea. Okay. Trophies. Would there be a new channel or something in case you don't have friends? I mean, you could always ask in the Discord and see if anyone wants to play with you, or you can ask in the forums. Yeah, I like that. Like maybe you have to complete... Yeah, I like that. Trophy case. Yeah, we've definitely had requests for something on your player profile to like, yeah, like a trophy case, putting whatever items you want in there, showcasing items. Let me put that over here. I think it should allow you to put whatever item you have in your inventory in there. NPC favor token if you've drawn certain NPCs a certain number of times. Okay. All right. This is all good. Okay, what exactly do you have down? Because I definitely got lost with the whole collectible card game thing. Okay, yeah, so it's a lot. I know. There's a lot here. I'm probably gonna have to wow, it's been an hour already. Let's move on to the bestiary because I want to talk about monsters before we end the stream. So I have a bunch of ideas in here. I think they're kind of okay. I'm sure you guys have better ideas for monsters. Some of these are from other members of the team as well, or things people have requested in other conversations in the Discord. Bandits, a wasp, Arden tigers, bird, elephant with bird wings, humblebee, ants, creepy moth. This is from Wind Waker. It's a pretty cool design, so I thought that was good inspiration. A worm in Avantgarde because there's pollution on the surface of Avantgarde, and we're going to be going to the surface of Avantgarde soon. So having some monsters there. A grifter. I kind of feel like I would like to do that because I could let out some aggression I have towards grifters because there's a lot of them on the internet these days. Oh, Alligator. Okay, so yeah, as people in the chat have answered, Arena is not out yet. So we're discussing with the community how people want the arena to work. So it's not available yet. The only time you could participate in battles is if you do the slime practice battle or you participate in a community battle event, which they're not out all the time. They just kind of come and go. Having bosses like the boot would be more fun than the classic monstrous animals. Any monster mentioned in the portals? Greek mythology stuff. Yeah, there's also goblins. This is a status of a goblin that eats your gold. I'd really like to do that one. Let me just jot down your guys' ideas here. A giant hat. Monster fantasy. Okay, I like that. Silly and less typical RPG monsters. All right, let's see. I don't know if you guys have played Habitica, but they have like a battle thing where you could fight like your laundry. I thought that, or like a pile of dishes or something. Like chores. That's pretty funny. Giant articles of clothing. fungi people, mimic. You use Havitica? I used it a long time ago. I don't know what's in it now. Vogue Vampires Boudoir. Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess this makes sense because people like the fashion prompts. Evil taxi. Okay, evil. Maybe a steampunk themed vehicle. Bees, swarm of bees, yes. That could be good in Castamaria. Snail. Fungi people. Yeah, well, it's funny that you say it's like Habitica because I was inspired by Habitica. I played it many, many years ago. I think probably in 2017 I was playing it or something. Yeah, I like the idea of a snail. And we could come up with something funny for that. Horror monsters. I mean, what? H.P. Lovecraft? Maybe? We could do a variety of monsters. We probably will, because the monsters are going to rotate in and out every season. We could do humans. Portal. Cursed portal passage. And became sentient. Okay. More lore accurate monsters. Yeah, that's why I want to do like stuff that like makes sense in Castamaria and Avantgarde. Like a worm is pretty on point for Avantgarde for the surface, like a polluted worm. Pavia has those chlorosaurs. Goblins, lizards and scorpions, something inspired by that in Pavia would make sense. Disgruntled Eep. This is silly. Too heavy and can no longer float. Maybe it ate too much food. Laying on its side and unable to get up. The exact details of the designs would also be up to the player interpretation. That's a great question. I was imagining that I would be doing official art for each monster in the bestiary. But I don't have to. You guys want to click from text and see based on the text name of a monster what you do, and then you come up with your own. I mean, you could. Oh, candy monsters. Ooh. I like that. course, you could open it to interpretation. I think, you know, feral parquets. We've got some special stuff going on with parquets in the future. Eep Hive. Yeah, people want to see the monsters. Yeah. Let me just make sure that's in here. Creatures that look cute but are actually evil. There's this game called Munchkin that has like I think it has a itty bitty tiny cute little spider, but it can kill you on like a 1 in 10 chance or something. And isn't there that Monty Python movie, Quest for the Holy Grail, where there's like a cute little bunny that has a knife or something? Monsters created from your own imagination, for sure. Like, I think what I want to do, like, for example, dragons. Okay, let's say we're gonna add a dragon. Well, I don't want to look like a regular dragon. I'd probably like mishmash that together with other things. Same with the snail. Aliens. Like, try and come up with something new. I might even use like a randomizer or something, like an animal randomizer. Yeah, killer bunnies. Space-based monster for Kahari, yeah. Oh, sleep paralysis demons. That's creepy. Monster lab. Humanoid objects. Yeah, for sure. Like, okay, a wizard has cast a spell on this object and it is now sentient. A toaster. This toaster will now try to kill you. Maybe we could have Clippy in there. Okay. This is a lot of good ideas. Creepypasta. Memes. I like that. What? I don't even know what creepypasta is. I hear this. Ancient library. Okay, Paint by Doggo, we have something coming that's somewhat similar to that, and I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil anything. But that's a really cool idea. I've heard of creepypasta, I just don't know what it is. Short horror stories shared around the internet. Okay. We could do Space Pirates. We had a quest related to that before. Eldritch Horrors. Urban legends of the internet. Okay. Creepypasta. Okay. Yeah, we have something related to an ancient library that is coming, and I can't tell you more because I don't want to spoil it. It is some lore that's coming. Okay. This is good start. Let me share with you all the link to the channel on this because we had a specific channel where you could pop in ideas for Arena. I'm going to share the link to this in the announcements channel of the Discord so you guys can easily find it. Okay. Spaghetti. Okay. Were shrimp and spaghetti monster. All right. Okay, I think this is good, guys. We've been on this stream a little longer than intended, but this is awesome. Thank you all for the awesome ideas. We've got a good starting point here. As far as when Arena is going to come out, probably August. That's what I'm targeting. There's some code stuff that needs to be done, and I also have to create the art and the prompts. The team has to create the prompts, so. I know it's a bit of a wait. Is the flying spaghetti monster copyrighted? That's a good question. I have to check. Yeah. Someone else made that. Well, this was much better than studying. Oh, Red Panda. I didn't mean to keep you from your studies. I apologize. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining the stream. Just a couple quick announcements before we end the stream. We are running Lyra World of Crystal Valai right now, so check that out. This event is open until the beginning of August. And we've recently expanded it with new prompts. The Nightwoods. This one requires a night vision potion. Glacierback Leviathans. Cathedral Chaos. So there's some new stuff to do here. This was a prompt that had first opened 2 years ago. So it's nice to have this one come back out again. It was very popular when it first came out. Oh, you're right. Flying spaghetti monster is religion related. Yeah, probably want to. Let's probably not do that. It's a, yeah, still, I think it probably could be offensive to some people, so we will avoid that. Thanks all for joining. If you're new to the community, there's a link to join PaperDemon in the description below. PaperDemon is a free online art role-playing game where you could adventure with your original characters, battle monsters, complete quests, make new friends as you draw your way through the Paperverse. You could adventure in Avantgarde, World of Skies, Fade-In, World of Mushroom Forest, Pavia, World of Stone Deserts. We've got a lot of other people adventuring through the Paperverse. And it's for people of all skill levels. We've got all kinds of challenges. It's a very good community, very positive and supportive. So if you're looking to make some new friends and find a safe space where you can grow as an artist and make new friends, check us out. Link in the description. And thank you all for joining. I will see you in the next Paper Dispatch. We'll probably do this again in July. One more quick note, Art Fight is coming up. We are not associated with Art Fight, but a lot of members of our community do like to participate in Art Fight. We're not planning to do anything major for the month of July to give people a chance to participate in Art Fight. We will offer points and rewards for participating in Art Fight with other PaperDemon members. So you will have a chance to submit Art Fight related art to PaperDemon and claim rewards as long as you're drawing a character belonging to another PaperDemon member. So keep that in mind so that you can plan out your attacks. Thank you all for joining. See you in the next stream. Bye everyone. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for joining the stream. We'll see you in the next one. Don't know when it will be. Da, 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 da.